O Spirit of knowledge and wisdom, on this day of celebration, we give thanks for all who helped this wonderful moment to come, for the nurture and encouragement of families and friends, for faculty who offer their wisdom and guidance, for staff who provide countless means of support. And we give thanks especially for the class of 2018, and we celebrate their accomplishments and look forward to the journey that is theirs to come. May our hearts be joyful as we are fully present with one another this day to celebrate, congratulate, and anticipate. Amen. Now to please take a seat.
Welcome. My name is Stan Slaughter. I'm the chair of the Board of Trustees of Lycoming College, and it's my great privilege to be able to welcome you all to this 170th commencement ceremony at Lycoming. Parents, families, friends, faculty, staff, and students, we welcome you here today. Also, the platform guests, including my classmate, Tom Woodruff, who just a few years ago sat with me in the position that you folks are sitting today. Most notably, I want to welcome the class of 2018, which is the reason we're all here, so if you'd help me to do that. Thank you. We are privileged to mark this extraordinary milestone in the lives of our graduates and those who care deeply about them. While we mark your accomplishments over the past 4 years at Lycoming, today is really about looking forward and how you have been educated and equipped to lead lives of meaning and have careers of significance. So thanks again for all those who've done so much to make this day meaningful for all of us, my fellow trustees, the faculty and staff, the buildings and grounds crews in particular as they scrambled to get us all relocated this morning, and also the parents and families who've entrusted their students to this institution and its people. I hope you enjoy this magnificent day we have planned together as we recognize the Lycoming College class of 2018.
Good afternoon. That's better. It is now my pleasure as president of the college to join our board chair in extending a warm welcome to all attending this 2018 commencement ceremony. I also have the privilege of offering a few reflections about the graduating class. Before I get to that, however, I want to say to the graduates that, like you, I wish dearly that we could be out on the Fultz Quad, our magnificent center of our campus. But when we had to make the decision this morning, there was a 93% probability of a thunderstorm in the middle of the ceremony. And as I told the trustees, while I have an appetite for risk, that actually is a bit beyond my appetite for risk. We are fortunate to have this wonderful Kuiper Recreation Center, and it's going to be just as grand here as it would have been out on the quad. And I'm glad we had an opportunity to allow you to walk through the Metzler gates. So class of 2018, the story that you have written during your time on this campus has added greatly to the rich history of this 206-year-old institution. It has unfolded in places from Williamsport to Cyprus to China. It includes chapters on school spirit and warrior pride, making meaning through the visual and performing arts, and a commitment to excellence. International travel, enhanced academic experiences, athletic competition, the discovery of new knowledge, and brotherhood and sisterhood are storylines that are woven through all 4 years. As your story unfolds, we find lives transformed, intellectual passions stirred, action taken in support of social justice and human rights, bonds of friendship forged, and lessons of leadership absorbed. Your narrative began when you arrived in September of 2014. Almost 3/4 of you were continuing a family tradition of pursuing higher education, but your ranks, like many classes that preceded you, also included more than 100 first-generation college students. 22 of you who are part of this graduating class transferred to Lycoming and became part of it. As you commence today, you are the most culturally diverse graduating class in the college's history. Almost 1/4 of you are international students or domestic students of color. Like many of the classes that come before you, more than half of you are residents of Pennsylvania, but the class of 2018 also includes more students from Texas than any previous one. Residents of New Jersey, Maryland, and New York are well represented, but some of you come from China, Vietnam, France, India, Jamaica, the Philippines, and Rwanda. During the opening chapter of your story, the college moved its art gallery to downtown Williamsport, and the Lycoming College Art Gallery has become an important place of learning for many of you. Our Lycoming branded Warrior One coffee was also released during that semester, and a number of you have traveled to its place of origin, El Naranjito in the Dominican Republic, and your lives have been transformed. You also began to join clubs, teams, and organizations. Some of you joined Habitat for Humanity, and during the next 4 years demonstrated your commitment to social justice by helping to build homes in communities in North Carolina, Virginia, and Mississippi. During the spring semester of your first year, many of you expanded your understanding of American history by attending lectures, discussions, and films that were part of the Created Equal initiative. Class members from the Multicultural Awareness Group organized the annual international dinner. The football team created the Be the Match registry as part of its Get in the Game campaign and hosted a bone marrow testing drive. Since that time, several players have become donors, and we and they have learned much about human compassion from this initiative. Some of you performed in the second annual music gala at the Community Arts Center, where the stage has become a place where Lycoming students regularly explore and display their talents and move audiences to powerful emotions. As the first year drew to a close, you had begun to forge the bonds that connect you to the people with whom you have lived, studied, and played for the past 4 years. You had also completed your first courses in the liberal arts, and in many cases, begun to develop the mentoring and advising relationships with faculty and staff who have played such a major role in your story. As your sophomore year opened, you encountered a new building on campus, the Lynn Science Center, and a remodeled Wesley Hall. The Lynn Science Center became a place where some of you competed for use of the study rooms, others conducted experiments and worked in the computer lab. Some of you completed research with faculty, used the new scanning electron microscope, discovered new knowledge, and published your research. Wesley has been a place where some of you have experienced the joy of exploring ideas beyond the curriculum. Later that semester, we celebrated the naming of another significant place on campus, this Kuiper Recreation Center. One of your classmates eloquently expressed gratitude to the donor, and all of us bore witness to the power of giving back. You began to write the chapter on campus spirit and warrior pride that fall when hundreds of us flocked to the Shangri-La Athletic Complex and cheered the men's soccer team as they won their second conference championship and 2 games in the NCAA tournament on our home field. The soccer team added to that chapter during their senior year, your senior year, when they won a second MAC championship and a third NCAA postseason game, and those seniors graduate with more wins than any class in school history. On a beautiful November day, a coalition of fraternities, sororities, the Gender and Sexuality Alliance, the Black Student Union, and the Student Senate teamed together for a memorable Unity Day, where the president of the BSU, Dr. Chris Pearl, and I had the opportunity to share reflections. During your sophomore and junior years, many of you ascended to positions of leadership in the fraternity and sorority systems. You have left a lasting impact as your leadership has guided both systems to become more inclusive and heterogeneous. Those of you who joined Greek organizations have also volunteered at local nonprofit organizations and raised scholarships through activities like the Brandy Soudal auction. As you return for the spring semester of 2016, the college announced a new program in outdoor leadership and education. OLE trips have become part of the chapters where your class explored the nature and skills associated with leadership. Men's basketball added to the chapter on Warrior Pride as they clinched the first of 2 consecutive MAC championships and qualified for the NCAA tournament. During your junior year, that team won a second MAC championship in an NCAA first-round game in Lamade. Those seniors also graduate as the winningest in school history. As the semester drew to a close, many of you undertook international experiences by setting off on May-term travel courses and archaeological digs, while the choir members embarked on a once-in-a-lifetime trip to China. There they performed in front of 1,000 people in a hall in Beijing and built cross-cultural understanding when they sang in Chinese. Others headed into the streams of central Pennsylvania and conducted research under the auspices of the Clean Water Institute. A history major did research at the Tabor Museum that resulted in a publication in the Journal of Lycoming County, of the Lycoming County Historical Society. When you returned for the fall semester of 2016, the Center for Enhanced Academic Experiences had opened. It has become a place where many of you have used to find experiential learning opportunities like internships, study abroad, and research. A number of you have conducted research that has led to papers presented at professional conferences or articles co-authored with members of the faculty. 5 biology students joined Professor Newman for perhaps the most unique experience of this type when they traveled to India to present research findings at the International Society for Microbial Systematics. During fall semester of your junior year, students and faculty associated with a Clear Focus Affinity Group organized an appearance by Sam Quinones at the Community Arts Center. He is the award-winning author of Dreamland, a book that has done much to raise public awareness and understanding of the opioid epidemic. During that semester, women's basketball made it to the conference semifinals, a feat that they repeated in your senior year, and softball set a record for most wins in a season. As the summer began, a senior history major headed to Alabama with Professor Silky to be part of a nationally recognized project analyzing a rare Reconstruction-era collection of correspondence from a family with ties to the Ku Klux Klan. Others headed on May-term trips to the Dominican Republic, Cyprus, Ireland, and other European countries, and one to the arid lands of Arizona and the Grand Canyon. All of us were impacted this fall by the human suffering caused by hurricanes that struck Houston, Texas, Florida, and Puerto Rico, as well as the Mexican earthquake that impacted the state of Puebla, where we have an international exchange relationship. Your capacity for compassion was evident in the efforts to raise money, gather supplies, and provide other forms of relief. During that semester, the increasingly inclusive nature of our student body was signaled with the recognition of the Latin American Student Organization. During both the fall and spring, those of you seeking teacher certification fanned out to local schools. Senior members of the cross-country team established personal bests. Classmates on the football team achieved the highest level of recognition as scholar athletes, an academic All-American, an NCAA postgraduate scholarship recipient, and an Arthur Ashe Jr. Sports Scholar. This spring has brought to a close the chapters you have been writing on this campus. Your athletic competition records will now include senior women on lacrosse, basketball, softball, and tennis teams who completed outstanding careers that place them among all-time leaders in their respective sports. Your narrative will tell of a senior wrestler who qualified for nationals while also doing path-breaking research in chemistry, a senior woman golfer who was named second team all-conference, a senior leader of the men's tennis team who earned his first all-conference designation, Senior majors in the visual arts, theater, creative writing, and art history have also added to your collective legacy this spring. Art history majors presented their research at the Intercollegiate Art History Symposium. Studio art and majors and film students produced stunning work that was exhibited at the Lycoming College Art Gallery and the AMC Cinema. A theater major was recognized for her puppet design work at the Kennedy Festival. Another art major has been named a winner in the Young Global Competition and earned a highly prestigious postgraduate internship in New York City. And a creative writing major wrote the screenplay for a documentary film from the heart of Williamsport. Your poetry, fiction, nonfiction, and art have filled the pages of the Tributary. You've tackled challenging pieces for your theatrical repertoire, and your performances have caused us to laugh, moved us to tears, and lifted the human spirit. You continue to speak out and act and promote social justice, human rights, and environmental awareness. Classmates took a lead in organizing the first Black Women Empowerment Workshop, Take Back the Night, Recycle Mania, TerraCycle, the Food Recovery Partnership with Williamsport's American Rescue Workers. Whew. You have been busy. Class of 2018, the college's faculty, administrators, staff, board of trustees, and I all know that you are well prepared for what lies ahead. Because as Albert Einstein once wrote, the future is unknown, but it is a somewhat predictable unknown. That is where the seeds of the future, to look to the future, we must look upon the past. That is where the seeds of the future were planted. During these past 4 years, you've deeply cultivated your minds and your humanity. You've created new knowledge. You found meaning in your life. You stood up for social justice and human rights. You've acted on behalf of others. You have made a significant difference in the life of our community. Now take these seeds and sow them everywhere. Create new stories. That is the true meaning of the phrase, I am Lycoming. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the student speaker for the class of 2018, Erika Booker. Her life story is an inspiring one. She is both an immigrant and a first-generation college student. Erika was born in Guyana, and her family immigrated to Maryland in 2009 when she was 12 years of age. Later, the family moved to New York City, where her mother entered her in the lottery to attend KIPP NYC, one of the high-performing charter schools with which Lycoming has partnered. She confesses 4 years later that when she and her mother departed for a February open house to Lycoming College, she was dubious about the prospect of going to a school in a rural area so far from home. During that visit, however, she noted that the faculty and staff seemed deeply invested in the students, and she opened up to the idea that she could create a home at Lycoming and that she would have the guidance that she would need to succeed. A Spanish major with a human resources minor, Erika's academic journey has been the quintessential liberal arts experience. While Spanish was always part of her academic plan, she considered majors in biology, political science, and history, discarded each of them, and she identifies a Lassie's alternative spring break trip to the Dominican Republic and an embedded travel history course that took her to Ireland as two of her most impactful experiences at Lycoming College. Erika is a member of Alpha Sigma Tau sorority and views that experience as a significant part of her Lycoming career. She's held numerous leadership positions in the sorority and says one of her goals has been to show that Greek life is different from the stereotypes that the media present. Next year, Erika will participate in a fellowship program called the College Success Corps, which is under the auspices of the KIPP Through College program. She fervently hopes that her Lycoming College journey, culminating in her presence on this stage, will inspire her younger brother and others to pursue their dream of a college education. Please welcome Erika Booker.
Okay. Oh, here it is. Thank you, President Trakti, for those kind words. It's truly an honor to be standing in front of all of you. Okay, all right. It's fine. On behalf of the graduating class of 2018, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests, administration, faculty, staff, families, and friends. Thank you for attending such a momentous day, and most importantly, for your continuous support over these past 4 years. Without your generous contributions and guidance, our education would not be possible nor successful. These past 4 years have been challenging, stimulating, exciting, and thought-provoking. And without your guidance, we, the class of 2018, would not be able to sit in these seats among you. Once again, welcome and thank you for being a part of this important day. Now, I think it's time for me to put my Bachelor of Arts degree to use and address our families and friends who speak Spanish. Gracias a nuestras familias y amigos que nos apoyan. Bienvenidos. Quiero enfatizar que sin su apoyo, amor y buenos consejos no estaremos aquí. Let us go back in time to when we were seniors in high school and began the application process and the hunt for our future. Life then, much like now, was an emotional roller coaster filled with stress and uncertainty about the future. Perhaps it was then that some of us realized for the first time that our dreams were possible and that college was, in fact, an option. Whether you are a first-generation graduate or have always known that you would go to college, I applaud and commend you for making it to this stage in your life. Now, let us fast forward to Accepted Students Day, where your fellow Lycoming peers gave tours and facilitated workshops with different administration and faculty members. At this point, we saw a glimpse into what life at Lycoming College could look like, including the varying leadership opportunities that we could have. From the beginning of our career here at Lycoming, we witnessed how invested the faculty and student leaders were in our education. Students at Lycoming currently come from 22 different countries and thus represent many cultures and belief systems. While these characteristics make us different, they provide us with the opportunity to learn more about the world around us. One important aspect of Lycoming that differentiates this institution from other colleges is the faculty. The faculty here are spectacular because they go above and beyond their duties to make sure that their students are receiving the education they deserve. By doing this, the students have the opportunity to build relationships with them, which makes for a much more personal learning experience. Here at Lycoming College, we are a community of investors, linguists, historians, future lawyers, teachers, entrepreneurs, the list goes on. On top of our normal course load, we are involved in different athletic programs, clubs, and organizations that help us to be more well-rounded and worldly individuals. Among these are law essays, theater, choir, band, fraternity, and sorority life, just to name a few. We are also involved in independent studies, research with faculty, alternative spring break service trips, and numerous practicum experiences. We have studied abroad in many different countries, taken a variety of embedded travel courses, and maintained our grade point averages and our commitment to off-campus jobs and volunteer opportunities. As we close this chapter of our lives and embark on a new one, I have a few suggestions and challenges for you, my classmates of 2018. First, I challenge you to have difficult conversations with people where you listen more than you talk, so you are able to understand different perspectives. Whether these conversations be about race, socioeconomic status, politics, or equality among men and women, I urge you to have discussions that make you uncomfortable, because these conversations will help you to grow as an individual. Second, become aware of the biases and stereotypes that you may have toward other people. And through these conversations, learn to transform your thinking. My last challenge to you is to become an agent of change. We Americans are a diverse people of privilege and power, and therefore, we have opportunities to improve the lives of others. As the dignified human beings we have been raised to be, it is our duty to make sure that every person has access to basic resources. Spend your time volunteering with organizations whose mission is to improve the lives of others by understanding what the needs of others are, so the individuals in that community can play an active part in improving their own lives. It would be naive to think that the road ahead of us will be all sunshine and rainbows. However, the beauty of the world we live in inspires us to recognize that although we sometimes share common beliefs, we are unique individuals. Our continuing growth inspires us to challenge our belief systems and be open to change. Therefore, as soon-to-be alumni of Lycoming College, I challenge all of us to immerse ourselves in other cultures, and to remember that our actions, whether they be small or large, can have a ripple effect on the communities around us. Thank you.
Don L. Francis, PhD. Dr. Don Francis joined the Association of Independent Colleges and Universities of Pennsylvania in November 1991 as Director of Government Relations, and since 1998 has served as its president. The Association of Independent Colleges and Universities of Pennsylvania's mission is to educate policymakers, media representatives, and civic and corporate leaders about the benefits, value, and quality education available at Pennsylvania's independent colleges and universities, and to create partnerships among its member institutions to enhance their programs and reduce their costs. During his tenure with the AICUP, Dr. Francis has helped this school and other Pennsylvania private colleges navigate contentious issues, such as rising tuition costs and fiscal legislation. His advocacy has been instrumental in achieving funding for Pennsylvania Higher Education Assistance Agency and Ready to Succeed grant programs, which have helped thousands of Pennsylvania students pursue the dream of a college education. Dr. Francis has represented the interests of the private higher education sector before state and federal elected officials. Included among the AICUP's legislative victories during his time was the passage of the Institutions of Purely Public Charity Act of November 1997, which provides statutory protection for the tax exemption of traditional charities, such as colleges and hospitals. A revision of the state's need-based student grant program to enhance student choice, the enactment of a new student grant program for middle-income students, and the preservation of Pennsylvania institutional assistant grants during the 2017-2018 budget cycle. His knowledge and strategic abilities have been vital assets to Lycoming College and will be missed with this retirement. Mr. President, I am pleased to present Don Francis to receive the honorary degree, Doctor of Laws.
Don, in recognition of your 2 decades of extraordinary work on behalf of private higher education in Pennsylvania and your steadfast commitment to preserving student access and choice through the FIA and Ready to Succeed grant programs, Lycoming College confers upon you the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and honors thereunto appertaining. Congratulations, Don.
Thomas H. Woodruff, Jr. has been recognized as one of the nation's leading figures in creating special effects for motion pictures. He has also acted, directed, and produced films, and he co-founded a character and special effects studio. His work has received many awards, including the 1993 Academy Award for Best Effects for the film Death Becomes Her. His body of work clearly establishes him as one of the college's most notable alumni working in the performing arts. In addition to the 1993 Academy Award, Mr. Woodruff's work on Death Becomes Her was also recognized by the British Academy of Film and Television Arts and received the Fantasy and Horror Film Saturn Award and the Circuit Community Award. In 1998, he received the Saturn Award for the film Starship Troopers. Woodruff has also been nominated on numerous other occasions for Academy and BAFTA awards. His studio, Amalgamated Dynamics Incorporated, opened in 1988. Since 1984, he has received credit for special effects, creature design, and makeup in 47 films, for acting in 38 films, for directing in 4 films, and for producing in 4 films. Mr. Woodruff has co-authored 2 books that document the creative process behind huge casts of creatures for the Alien and Predator films, AVP, The Creature Effects of ADI, and Aliens vs. Predator, Requiem, Inside the Monster Shop. He has also contributed to dozens of books on the art of character effects and is a guest on many behind-the-scenes DVD features. He and his partner created their own YouTube channel, Studio ADI. Tom is widely known in the Hollywood film business as the professional gorilla. So, if you see a film or a commercial with a gorilla, not in a zoo, it's Tom. A 1976 graduate of Loyalsock Township High School, Mr. Woodruff earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in Business and Theater from Lycoming College in 1980. As a student at Lycoming, and as a harbinger of things to come, Tom was known for creating animated and live 8mm films on a variety of subjects. A version of King Kong with the Genetti Hotel as the backdrop. A send-up of a rock singer using a skeleton, borrowed from the biology department, poised on a stool, holding a guitar on the stage of the theater department. And an hilarious fake commercial at a local funeral home with an actor advertising caskets as if they were new cars. In 1993, Tom received the James E. Douthit Outstanding Achievement Award. In 2006, Tom delivered the freshman convocation address, and last year returned to the campus to lecture on his work and career. Mr. President, I am proud to present Tom Woodruff to receive the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters.
Tom, in recognition of a body of work that clearly establishes you as one of the college's most notable alumni in the performing arts, Lycoming College confers upon you Thomas H. Woodruff, Jr., the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. And Tom, I now invite you to deliver an address to the graduating class.
I don't know why I'm here. I can tell by the looks on your faces, you don't know why I'm here either. The college called and said, would you give the address? And we're all here, so we all knew where to go, so job's done. Thank you. I had an address I wanted to give. President Tracty asked me to send it to him just to quickly proof it. That's what he just told you. That was mine. That was my address. So I'm just going to wing a couple of things. I'm going to keep this very, very dignified, as you would expect me to do. Is Facebook Live really broadcasting this? It is? Where's the Facebook Live cameras? Is that them? 2 cameras? Yeah? Could you, a little suggestion, help out you, help out me. One If you can zoom in, give me one here, shot here, and then a B camera over here, just because I think the expressions are going to be priceless. So thank you for this. And you'll let me know when you start broadcasting, because I want to start with some really raunchy, inappropriate jokes. So give me a thumbs up when you're broadcasting. Erika, my other presentation was the one that you just gave. So, yes, welcome everybody. Of all the people here with us on this commencement day, we have to remember the parents and the families who made the day possible with their support, financial and otherwise, and their guidance and their love. And those parents and those families earn our thanks for making all of this possible. And the members of this graduating class, this Lycoming College class of 2018, earns our respect and honor for making it all happen. So congratulations. As said, I've worked in films and television for 35 years, and everybody sort of thinks there's always that moment when an actor asks a director, "What's my motivation?" And I can tell you in those 35 years, I've never seen that really happen. It just does not happen. If the question isn't asked, then the motivation has to come from inside. And to me, that motivation is probably one of the most important aspects of what I learned when I was going to college here, as well as what I've continued to develop in my professional life, to be able to find that spark of energy, physical and mental, that can lead you to some kind of a very powerful destination. I was invited today as an alumnus, and one with the accomplishments, as explained. So I believe that when you leave here, you leave knowing that you really can make some very good things happen. I'm not going to give my whole resume again, unless you want to hear it. You can find it on my website. But from all of that, I wanted to boil this down into three little things that I want to share. I think it's easier to keep it simple. These three things that I want you to remember, and when you have some time, think about. And there aren't specific details related to my particular profession. I didn't know that there would be a lot of people out there that want to end up being a gorilla in a movie. I can meet you right back there if you do. But they're more general, more of a big picture kind of thing. And these are the things I think would have been useful for me to have heard when I was where you are now. One is that and I believe all of these, one of the, is that happiness is only ever earned. And we're gifted the pursuit of happiness, not happiness. And I've really come to find that it's in the pursuit that values are established. So the value of the accomplishment increases directly in relation to the work required. Success alone can be gifted. There are plenty of people who have been awarded positions in business and government, or recognition, or inherited greatly, or picked the right lottery numbers. And some of them have made great decisions or personal strides and have justified the value of that success. But for others, being handed success did not produce lasting happiness. Earned success gives people a sense of meaning about their lives, and meaning is also a key to human flourishing. I found this quote from Ethan Demi of Demi Learning, who said, "If you want to be happy, strengthen the bonds in your family, be active and engaged in your community, and work hard to earn the kind of success that gives you satisfaction and pride in a job well done. And remember, circumstances in life may raise or lower your happiness. But if you find joy in the daily activities, you'll be able to weather the storms, savor the mountaintops, and take pleasure in the little things of life." The second thing I want you to remember is to fail greatly. In preparing this, I found this really wonderful speech from Theodore Roosevelt 108 years ago. And it sort of struck me in a way that I've come to function in this way, keeping in mind that it's not the critic who counts, It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. Who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly. And the third thing I want to share is a quote from Stephen Covey, who was an American educator, businessman, and author who wrote the bestseller, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which I didn't read. Ironically, I'll bet reading is one of the 7 habits. But somewhere in that book, he said, "We are the creative force of our life, and through our own decisions, rather than our conditions, if we carefully learn to do certain things, we can accomplish our goals." This puts tremendous power and responsibility for our futures directly into each of our own hands. It goes beyond just working towards success. It becomes a life's path. It encompasses us and gives us control over each of our lives with the constant confidence that each of us alone controls his actions and, more importantly, his reactions, how he feels, what is important to act upon, and what is important to gently dismiss. Your life is the result of choices. If you worry about something, that's a choice. If you fear something, that's a choice. Your destiny is a choice, not chance. And this last and very important quote from American author H. Jackson Brown, Jr. "Choose your life's mate carefully. From this one decision will come 90% of all your happiness." I think the single thing, I started very young, just loving to do what I ended up doing. It was all I've ever wanted to do. It was the only thing I was ever really prepared to do. So, good luck that it worked out. I think the single thing that changed in me when I attended college here was to realize that things weren't supposed to be easy to accomplish. And what's more challenging, I actually came to believe that things are supposed to be difficult. I approach everything assuming that it's supposed to be difficult. I still believe that today. The values of life and its accomplishments are defined by how much work is invested in spite of the odds. And as we all know, the odds have never been harsher than they are right now. Your future is not shiny and bright. Your prospects for employment have never been. President Tracty asked me to end on a very up note. So the odds have never been harsher than they are right now. Your future isn't shiny and bright. Your prospects for employment have never been bleaker. That's enough twice, right? Yeah. What generation has ever faced such a dark and defeating future? And why this generation? How can you succeed? What's the motivation to move forward when you're constantly reminded how terrible the world has become? And it didn't get this way overnight. If we look at a 10-year period that, in which something like this evolves, consider this. Here's a snapshot of the world during the past decade leading up to graduation. Women, African Americans, Native Americans, gays and lesbians, and other marginalized people fight for equality. America is engaged in a complicated ongoing war. Our government is fractured into a polarized political right and a political left, each with a take-no-prisoner war agenda against the other. We're subjected every day to spoiled people and whining protesters, and the behavior of our president has undermined our faith in the good intentions of the federal government. We're divided and we're angry. So where is the hope? That's what I'm supposed to tell you about. How can you hope to find happiness in a world like this and grow and succeed? How can you do it right? How can you continue? It's never been this bleak, and no one has ever faced what you face today, much less cope with it. That president that I mentioned was President Richard Nixon. And the decade I just outlined was the decade leading to 1980, my class, when I was graduating. Maybe, sadly, it sounds all too familiar, my world and your world, But that was what we faced 38 years ago when we, the generation of my class, graduated. But as dark as it was, it didn't stop us. Even in the middle of such dire life circumstances for us and for our country, for our whole world, we somehow kept going. We tried to fix some things along the way. Some things got better, some things didn't. We ignored other things. Some of those things went away and some got worse. We fought for changes and some of those things got better and some got worse, but it didn't stop us. We kept moving at time, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And along the way, we invent things and we improve things and build things. And we find ways to make some people's lives better, and we find ways to save people's lives. And we break sports records, and we win championships, and we make movies and music and TV, and we make friends and lovers. We go to weddings, we have children, and we go to funerals. We live it. We live it. We live through the darkness and the anger and the fighting and the name-calling, and we just live it. And more importantly, we live through it. We make each life special in spite of it. We still do, and so will you. Because motivation isn't about starting, it's about not stopping. Thank you.
I am pleased to announce the recipients of the Edward J. Gray Prize for the highest average in the senior class. We have a 4-way tie. Rachel Olivia Fritz, Jay Hoff, Amanda McTarnigan, Brianna Janelle Zawatsky. And the second highest average in the senior class is Diana M. Cavalier. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present those students who will graduate with honors. The gold cords they are wearing identify them. Will those students who will graduate summa cum laude with highest distinction please stand? This recognition is reserved for those students who have earned a grade point average of 3.9 to 4.0. I will now read their names while they are standing. You can hold your applause until the end. Catherine Eileen Berger, Emily A. Carson, Diana M. Cavalier, Brandon Joseph Conrad, Nam Thang Do, Samuel James Dressler, Rachel Olivia Fritz, Courtney Lynn Hannum, Zachary Ellis High, Jay Hoff, Amanda Lynn McTarnigan, Megan Victoria McVitie, Thomas Ryan Osborne, Jacob H. Quashis, Matthew Reinhardt, Alicia Nicole Skeeth, and Brianna Janelle Zawatsky.
In recognition of your superlative academic achievements, Lycoming College awards your degrees with highest distinction. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will those who will graduate magna cum laude with high distinction please stand? This recognition is reserved for those students who have earned a grade point average of between 3.70 and 3.89. Magna cum laude graduates are listed in the commencement program.
In recognition of your superior academic achievements, Lycoming College awards your degrees with high distinction. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will those who will graduate cum laude with distinction please stand? This recognition is reserved for those students who have earned a grade point average of between 3.50 and 3.69. Cum laude graduates are listed in the commencement program.
In recognition of your excellent academic achievements, Lycoming College awards your degrees with distinction. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will those who will graduate with departmental honors please stand? Graduates cited for departmental honors have received the highest distinction that can be bestowed by an academic department. Departmental honors are reserved for those who have excelled in their chosen fields of study.
In recognition of the excellence that you have achieved in your major field of study, Lycoming College awards your degrees with department honors. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will those who will graduate as Institute for Management Studies Scholars please stand? Graduates cited as Institute for Management Studies Scholars are those who have completed a major or minor in economics, business management, or accounting. They have earned an overall GPA of 3.25 or higher and have completed a special seminar and an internship.
In recognition of your accomplishments, I am pleased to confer upon you the status Institute of Management Studies Scholar. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will those who will graduate as Lycoming Scholars please stand? Graduates cited as Lycoming Scholars are those who have completed a special program of interdisciplinary seminars and independent study culminating in a senior project and have an overall GPA of 3.0 or higher.
In recognition of your accomplishments, I am pleased to confer upon you the status of Lycoming Scholar. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the faculty and the trustees present please stand? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting to you candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts. All candidates who have satisfactorily completed this course of study or will complete it by the end of the summer are recommended for the Bachelor of Arts degree by the faculty of the college. Will those who are graduating with the Bachelor of Arts degree please stand?
By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and by the Board of Trustees of Lycoming College, I hereby confer upon those of you who have satisfactorily completed your degree requirements the degree Bachelor of Arts with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting to you candidates for the degree Bachelors of Science. All candidates who have satisfactorily completed this course of study or will complete it by the end of the summer are recommended for the Bachelor of Science degree by the faculty of the college. Will those who are graduating with the Bachelor of Science degree please stand?
By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and by the Board of Trustees of Lycoming College, I hereby confer upon those of you who have satisfactorily completed your degree requirements the degree Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
I will now read the names of all the graduates as they come to the stage to receive their diplomas. President Trachte will present the diplomas, and joining him in congratulating the graduates will be the Chair of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Stan Slaughter, and Mary Louise Pocky, the President of the Alumni Association Executive Board. We will begin with the Bachelor of Arts degrees. Abdullahi Osman Abdi. McKenna Louise Adams. Brianna Kirsten Audi. Brooke Shea Alexander. Christine Elizabeth Almasi. Avery McKaylin Baker. Stephen Joseph Belady, Jr. Harry Claude Baum. Catherine Connor Beamer. Darian Tyrell Belton. Brett Gabriel Bergerstock. Joseph Anthony Bernardini. Joshua John Connor Bicking. Erika Booker. Patrick J. Borland. Erin Rachel Briggs. Rachel Lynn Brokaw. Colin Buffington. Gabriella Louise Birch. Catherine Eileen Berger. Sean Jamie Callahan. Andrew Thomas Canavan. Diana M. Cavalier. Caitlin Elizabeth Taylor Chaffee. Shinyo Chen. David James Ciccarelli. Jack Ryan Clark. Caitlin Elizabeth Clark. Darren S. Coleman. Ryan Conkle. Benjamin Marshall Coiner. Nicholas Cressetti. Montana Cheyenne Crossman. Duke Hong Dang. Brian Ernest Darling. Natasha Davies. Aaron Malik Davis. Amir Davis, Jr. Crystal Renee Dietrich. Vittorio De Paris III. Keenan T. Deverman. Nam Thang Do. Jessica Marie Drackler. Kyle Logan Drick. Ryan L. Eck. Joseph M. Urzar. Desmond A. Faison. Travis Gerard Fernandez. China D. Flowers. Sana Lisa Fote. Quentin Daniel Lee Foster. Jozel Roseanne France. Jessica Lynn Franco. Holly Rochelle Fuller. Tyler Allen Gardner. Melanie Ann Geringer. Alexandra Page George. Alyssa Johanna Godshall. Megan Emily Goodrich. Kayla Monique Gray. Sean Michael Gray. Matthew Griesemer. Reed Lynn Groder. Brittany N. Gross. Feline Yeshawork Guy. Robert Joseph Hawes. Caitlin Hollebuck. Rachel Danielle Ham. Jenna M. Hampton. Nathan Mead Harding. Nandi Juliana Harrington. Amanda Courtney Hartman. Sean Michael Hastings. Danielle J. Headley. Bethany K. Hipple. Caitlin Sky Hipple. Jay Hoff. Leland Hopkins. Austin Robert Hopp. Caitlin May Howie. Jenna Beth Hudson. Elizabeth Huerto. Garrett Huff. Ashley N. Hunter Daly. Nathaniel James Ingrick. Joseph W. Ingram. Patrick Daniel Intelera. Heather Alexis Izarita. Thomas Jonathan Jackson II. Dallas Ann Gerald. Lydia Mariah Jones. Trenton Isaac Jones. Trevor Jack Karshner. Caitlin Marie Katzenberger. Megan Elizabeth Kearns. Willie James Key, Jr. Nicole Ashley Keller. Nick King. Noah Oak Klingborg. Jean-Luc Lavallée. Jordan Nicole Lazarich. Lei H. Lee. Mackenzie Lefevre. Malik Lewis Schooler. Cody Allen Losinger. Kelsey Nicole Lozada Gribling. Alhun Oyer Lundy. Caitlin Nicole Lunger. Amanda Lynn McTarnigan. Courtney Martin. Joshua Alexander Martinez. Earl Francis McGuire IV. Jessica Lynn McNeely. Megan Victoria McVitie. Dalton Richard McGonnell. Devin Elizabeth Mendler. Zachary Michaels. Patricia Lynn Mildner. Channy Elizabeth Miller. Haley Miller. Caroline Lawson Mitchell. Kyle Adam Meisel. Sarah Allison Mollica. Duke J. Momo. Christopher Morgan. Shelby Mueller. Lillian Muhoza. Crystal Brianna Mummert. Michael R. Newman. Alexander Newbold. Zachary T. Nice. Lucy Eleanor O'Neill. Jessica Ortiz. Jacqueline Palacio. Alexander J. Palmer. Michael T. Palmer, Jr. Ein Duke Pham. Haley Ann Pishotti. Kiana Pizarro. Amy Elizabeth Plosnick. Peter Edward Pluta. Amy Lynn Pocius. Samantha Poole. A.R. Preston. Jacob H. Quashis. Mary Virginia Radel. Casey Rector. Donnell Reed Ellis. Matthew Reinhardt. Crystal Lynn Reeby. Hannah Elizabeth Ronaldo. Nicholas John Ring. Caleb S. Robbins. Emily Elizabeth Robinson. Tracy Lynn Robinson. Ashley Michelle Ruzicka. Joshua Michael Saka. Kaylee Schmid. Ashley Taylor Schoenstatt. Leanne Nicole Seidel. Monica Hope Serafini. Rachel Lee Shady. Nevin Jansen Shanker. Eric Michael Shire, Jr. Deborah Sharp. Rebecca Marie Showers. Paisley Janelle Simmons. Haley Nicole Sipple. Jessica Marie Sivers. Alicia Nicole Skeeth. Erin Caitlin Slackway. Brittany Marie Smith. George Smith. Maëlle Souchet. Brooke Nicole Spicer. Cody Raymond Stemrick. Kyle John Stettenbauer. Ashley Marie Stover. Julie Marie Suchanik. Ayla Talbert. Kamisha Melissa Taylor. Kyle Allen Thomas. Malik Paul Thomas. Benjamin Patrick Thompson. Mackenzie Thompson. Daniel E. Tierney. Sarah Ann Tillman. Gloria Torres. Sarah Marie Toth. Corey William Twaddell. Anna C. Ulrich. Dudley Ulysses. Megan Elizabeth Urbanski. Tyrone Alexander P. Valdez. Mateo Velasquez. Andrew Alexei Vinogradsky. Guillermo Arturo Viscardo. Joanna Lynn Wagner. Christopher Wallace. Michael Dixon Ward. Courtney Elijah Gordon Watson. Emily Webb. Charlotte Maria Wentz. Christina L. Wetzel. Alexander M. Worthy. Victoria Lynn White. Felicia Lee Weeder. Chase Williams. Angela Alexis Wilson. James Wilson. Taryn Ashley Weiner. Stephen Tyler Wolf. Brittany Elizabeth Wright. Colin Judson Wright. John M. Wright. Kinthy Yaboa. Emily Christina Yoder. Jonathan Henry Zeter. And that completes the Bachelor of Arts degrees. We'll now begin with the Bachelor of Science degrees. Weston Baylor. Cassandra Ann Bendick. Adelia Rose Brindle. Emily A. Carson. Andrew A. Chase. Shelby Lynn Clark. Brandon Joseph Conrad. Brendan Drackler. Samuel James Dressler. Corey Ducharme. Caitlin Marie Fair. Samantha Carlene Fisher. Devin Charles France. Haley Tremaine Frick. Rachel Olivia Fritz. Luann E. Haldeman. Courtney Lynn Hannum. Trevor Mark Heisler. Zachary Ellis High. Kyle Timothy Jacobs. Brianna D. Lipscomb. Anthony Russell Mancuso. Christopher L. Marther, Jr. Sean E. McCollum. Nina Marie McGahee. Courtney Renee Moore. Brianna Elizabeth Morris. Ashmita Mukherjee. Tien Nguyen. Thomas Ryan Osborne. Kevin Michael Peck. Luke James Quigley. Gabriella Quintard. Elizabeth Nicole Ritter. Andrew Thomas Shelley. Lindsay Elizabeth Smith. Andrew Squires, Jr. Jennifer Jean Twardowski. Morgan Taylor Valley. Devin Scott Williams. Joelle Nicole Winey. Jessica L. Worrell. Brianna Janelle Zawatsky. Graduates, you may now move your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2018.
You guys have already started doing what I want to ask you to do, which is, students, please stand and recognize your families and friends and thank them for everything they've done the last 4 years. All right. Please remain standing while the choir sings the benediction, and then the alma mater is played. Afterwards, Please stay in place until the platform party and faculty processes, followed by the students. And we then invite you to join us for a reception in the Lamade Gymnasium. Daniel?